Hello, my fellow Star Citizens, and welcome again to another episode of Star Citizen FM, episode 32. I apologize in advance, but this episode is going to be fairly short in terms of content, but it will be long with other things I plan to make up with. For those of you that aren't aware, Star Citizen FM is a fan-focused broadcast brought to you by yours truly, Dr. Hawk, and I go over the community happenings, the game Star Citizen, and anything else that catches fancy. So as said, today is going to be a little bit short on content such as machinima, etc., but just because of the way work works over, and I'll have to at least make sure I get a proper sleep. I also want to make a quick note, I got no questions for Ask Dr. Hawk. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in asking me a question, you can send it at starcitizenfm@gmail.com, or I will try to pick from YouTube comments below and see if we can get any unique questions. So, what has happened in CIG lately? Not a whole lot. As mentioned previously in other episodes and by Wingman himself, they're in crunch mode, so there's very little to go over. There's a fan fiction spotlight which goes over the comic that I've read over before from Protection, as well as Dutch's story of Flight of Fancy, and a few other vegetable-related comics, which... yeah, wow. There's also the interview with David Opreska. If you're interested in checking that out, you can find that at the robertspaceindustries.com comlink, or you can watch it at Wingman's Hangar. And there's also some Hangar concept art. But like I said, there is just not a whole lot to go over right now. So to make up for it this week, I have two things I'll be going over. I have an interview with a community member who has gone above and beyond to make some pretty cool ships from a widely known space sim on this community. And I also have an interview that was done by The Frontier, a new startup that took the time to sit down with me, and we got to talk a little bit about Star Citizen. So, thank you guys very much in advance, and again, apologies that this isn't exactly the longest episode, but I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So, without further ado, I will move on to the interview. And hello everyone, today I have another special interview with a community member who has gone above and beyond to bring old ships in a modern fashion. Everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Damone.
Hi everybody.
How you doing today, Damone?
I'm doing great.
So thanks for stopping by the show. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come talk to Dr. Hawk. Yeah, I was wondering if you could give us a rundown on some of these ships. To anyone that isn't familiar with it, you have the Wing Commander Reimagined post on the Robert Space Industries forums, do you not?
Yeah, it's under the Wing Commander subforum, and basically my thought was, what would Star Citizen's artists, if they had the chance, what would they do with something like Wing Commander? Because Wing Commander, a lot of the stuff is dated, and especially the graphics nowadays are dated. So my thought was, if you could have all the graphic fidelity, what would it look like in today's setting? So I basically, what I call kit bashing. I took parts of concept art from different ships and combined it all together and created original designs.
Okay, so what exactly was the inspiration behind it, though? Like, you could have picked any game, and obviously I think Star Citizen and Wing Commander has a big influence. But was it also just an art drive? You just thought, hey, I want to see what this would be if they had the chance, like you said, or it's just, hey, this gives me something to do? Because you did a very good job on it.
Oh, thank you. The inspiration was Wing Commander 2 was the very first PC game I ever played, so it's got a special place in my heart. Then after that, I fell in love with the original Wing Commander, and so I've always wanted, to see what it would look like if they could update the game, and so I had some time off. I'm actually also creator of a game called Urquan Masters HD, and
Nice.
Yeah, it's basically a remake of Star Control 2. And so I had some time waiting for one of the programmers, and I thought I'd take a stab at it.
Well, could you walk us through some of the ship designs you have so far? Because the first one you have on the main page, or at least the one that's visible on the post right now, is the Kilrathi fighter. And I think
Uh,
that's one of the most iconic ones, because even I recognize that one.
yeah, yeah. So basically, with that one, it's got an iconic shape, and I wanted to take that shape and see what I could do and play around with it. Now, if you notice, the cockpit is very similar to the Vandal Sith. That's because it is the Sith cockpit, just copied and pasted and moved around to look like something fairly original. The other parts are taken from some of the concept art for the Sith that never made it, and so I grabbed pieces and put it together. And as long as I kept the overall shape, I felt that I could come up with something cool. I like that one probably the best, so I started adding more and more to it. That's why you see, like on the wings, there's like little hinges and all sorts of little details like that.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that like the Scythe regardless, so I'm pretty sure you picked up a few fans just when they saw that. They probably thought it was like the Scythe 2.0.
Well, yeah, that's another great thing is, if because I would like to recreate this in 3D, because I also do 3D modeling. Worst case scenario is I could also, have it as available as a download as an alternate, maybe an older model of a Vandal fighter.
Well, Star Citizen will allow us to make our own ships, so there's obviously, a path for you right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what kind of modeling software do you use? 3ds Max, Blender, Maya?
I use 3ds Max and Mudbox for more organic shapes.
Oh, so what would the Scythe fall under? Organic?
No, this would be hard surface modeling. It's so almost entirely using 3ds Max.
Fair enough. So would you plan to try to do each and every one of the ships from the Wing Commander series?
I'm probably just going to do Wing Commander 1 and 2. I think that the graphics are done well enough in 3 and 4, and that you can make out what the ships would look like in a modern setting, but I'm not ruling out anything.
Alright, fair enough. So, again, I know this is short, but I just wanted to bring you on to spotlight this because I think more people need to see it. To everyone that's not familiar with the forum post, it's on the Robert Space Industries forums under the Wing Commander subforum as Wing Commander Reimagined. And this is Damone. So thank you very much for having you, and hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Hey, thanks. If there's ever somebody that wants to make a Wing Commander mod for Star Citizen, I am more than happy to join any team that does that. So I'm excited for Star Citizen, and Wing Commander mod just sounds crazy fun.
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll be getting a few phone calls after this. Alright, you take care, Damone.
Alright, you too, Doctor.
Be sure to check out Damone. He's a very cool guy, and he plans to continue releasing his work as mentioned, so check him out. You can find him on the Robert Space Industries forum, on the Wing Commander subforum as Wing Commander Reimagined. And now I'm going to move on to the last interview I had with the Frontier. I'd like to take this opportunity to say that if you've enjoyed my show, you can click the little hawk icon on the lower left corner to subscribe, or click like or favorite and tell me in the description below what you think of my videos. And again, if you'd like to answer or ask a question for me, you can do so at starcitizenfm@gmail.com, or you can ask a question in the YouTube comments below. You guys all take care and fly safe, and I hope you enjoy the interview with the Frontier.
Well, we just received a Dr. Hawk sighting at a local, bar? Let's go, gents. Well, we found Dr. Hawk, bought him around, and then we shoved a mic in his face. We're going to talk about some Star Citizen. So, Dr. Hawk, how you doing, brother?
I'm just pretty happy you didn't shove anything else in my face.
Well, we're trying to keep it a little bit on the, I'm just meeting you now, so I figured it'd be a little weird if I did anything like that.
Oh, see, I thought Bruce saw your big stack of $5 bills, so that kind of got him interested.
All right, Kane, I believe you were going to start off with the questions here to get to know Dr. Hawk a little bit better and let our fans know a little bit more about him. So why don't you go ahead and get on into that, brother?
Hey, thank you, Garrar. Well, Dr. Hawk, we've been trying to track you down for the last couple of weeks and really happy to have this opportunity to talk Star Citizen here with you. But before we get into all that, I think it's best for our listeners who may not be as familiar with you, if you could tell us a little bit about how you found out about the game Star Citizen, what about the game actually got its hooks into you, and finally, what prompted you to start your own Star Citizen show called Star Citizen FM on YouTube, which has a pretty healthy following.
Well, sure. The first thing, actually, I'm sadly not an original backer. I did not catch on to the Golden Ticket event or any of those things. But I found out about Star Citizen through Destructoid.com, which is a game site that I check regularly. And they had a space game advertised there, and I used to be a big proponent of EVE. I played that for 3.5 years. I've played a lot of older space games. I think my first one when I was just a little hatching was X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. And then the TIE Fighter, and then Star Wars Dark Forces. There was a bunch of those I played. But for a while, Star Wars Dark Forces played that way too much. Not a space game, but fun. But I remember just having this lack in, space games. I love space games. I love flight sims, and there just wasn't anything out there at the time that was, held my interest. EVE I got bored of. The community I find is eating itself up sometimes. And there was one free-to-play I was playing for a while called Black Prophecy, and sadly the company that made that went under, and Black Prophecy is no more. And then once I started peeking around at the Star Citizen thing, I heard about it for something. Okay, maybe it might just be another letdown. I'm pretty sure by the time I had watched the trailer and made sure that my heart rate was proper and my heart wasn't going to jump out of the chest, at that point I just said, okay, I'm throwing my money at the screen. So pledged a little bit. I think about the time I got a bounty hunter, I've thrown a little bit more money at it, but being that I don't have as much influence in terms of the money department as others, I decided, okay, well, I love this game, I want to support it, I want to see it grow. I'm just going to start a little channel, and if people, like listening to this, maybe they'll tune in, and if not, it just gives me something to do instead of, playing video games all day. At least I'm doing something productive. And so far I have over 30 episodes of Star Citizen FM with a few little tidbits here and there, and every once in a while I stream something. And in fact, even now the Star Citizens, they want me to try Wing Commander, and being somebody that actually hasn't played that, so don't shoot me, I think it's kind of important that I should at least try the first game that Chris Roberts made.
Can you actually get the first game to work? Is it on a console or is it on PC?
No, you can get it working in a few places. As far as I know, Good Old Games has it, Game of Sutra, and then even my friend has copies of it, and I'm just trying to get DOSBox working right now so I can start it up and get her going.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I remember those old. I played those old ones in college. They were great. First one and second one were so much fun, but even when they got to the 3D graphics in number 3, that's when it really took off. Yeah, it was really cool then.
Yeah, my boss, he actually introduced me to Privateer, and holy hell, man, I don't care how old that was, I was actually having fun. It was very enjoyable. The things didn't piss me off. The radar made sense. I think it was X that I played in. As much as I love that game, the radar is third dimension, and I have trouble with third dimension radar. Is he above you? Is he below you? That little dogfighting radar stood out the most for me, and I hope they carry that over in Star Citizen.
What's going to be good for me in this is I've only ever played the helicopter simulators. I did a lot of the Longbow 2 and things like that. I never really played a space simulator, so I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
And I also enjoyed doing the Black Hawk missions, flying the troops in, landing, letting them out, then flying off and, kind of hovering off in the distance, let them do their mission, come back. It was very immersive, and I like that about that game, so I'm really looking forward to this one because I got a feeling this thing's going to just be amazing.
another question I have for you, Dr. Hawk, which is you've put out this show that has a pretty big following at this point, and you're a figure within the community. How has that been? I mean, is that something you've experienced in even prior games, or is this something new for you where you jump on, make a comment, and there's a lot of people that want to respond because you're just that type of figure?
No, I wouldn't go far to say I'm that big, but I appreciate that. Like I said, initially it was just sort of a, I was going to use a swear word there, frack it, let's just do it. I didn't really care at the time. I thought, well, I can't get myself a constellation, I can't do this, I'll just, make a video. And over time, I just slowly became, okay, now there's people that want episodes. They're asking who the next interviewee is, and they want to know what's going on. And it honestly gives a sense of purpose. I like it. I like knowing that there's, people out there who enjoy watching what I do. And hopefully, like, when the game comes out, I can be doing the live broadcasts and try to report on, like, Alera if they do some crazy pirate, or if, Zane is doing whatever space raptors do in space. But it'll be something fun to do. And honestly, at this point, I'm happy I've done it. I don't plan to stop. And once I start having some game footage, because back then I used to, go over like I like going over the gameplay mechanics, or what might be good for your Hornet. Is a Gatling cannon a good idea, or is this? And then kind of like how Dark Souls is now. You got people constantly swapping, optimal loadout configurations for fighting, and that's that kind of stuff I like. So if I can help people figure out how to kill each other better, then awesome.
But, it's obviously not a small and insignificant show, like you said, because they had you come down for the live stream. You were on the live stream. You were there. They were talking to you. You actually had a part. So
I know. I try to be humble. I'm Canadian, remember?
Yeah, wait.
Hey, what you talking about?
That's what I've noticed in your draw to this is now you're in the game. You know what I'm saying? You're almost a part of it. You're a part of its growth, and that's got to be exciting for you.
Yeah, I'll just be looking forward to like the Dr. Hawk Easter egg. Some just random hawk floating in space, flailing. Oh my God, help!
That's fun.
I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
So, Dr. Hawk, one question we've been dying to ask you is just the story around the 24-hour live cast that you were a part of. I mean, not game details or anything specific that you probably had to sign an NDA, but just in general, how did you get down there and what was the experience like?
I actually have, it wasn't CIG that helped me get down there. They did help me, but financially, I actually have to thank another guild that did that. That was Rogue Squadron. So guys like CCC Dober, Corin Horn, I know Zane helped out a little bit. There's a list of people that I have to voice, but I don't have right now. But Rogue Squadron actually wanted to get me over there. In fact, one of the guys that was CCC Dober, he gave me his interview with Chris Roberts after I'd done the first interview with Chris. And then after I did that second interview, they started talking and joking about this idea. I was like, oh, hey, it would be cool if Dr. Hawk was down in Austin. I just brushed it off. I think it was, so yeah, that'd be nice. And then I think I was at work, and I had Zane text me. It's like, guess what? I can confirm you're going to Austin, Texas. And I remember the first thing I texted him was, are you high? Because I'm thinking, you're just trying to joke. Or, okay, it's like, nope, here's a flight itinerary. Here's your tickets. Be there. Better get your butt on a plane. Okay, I guess I'm going on a plane and going to Austin. So, and being that, I actually am a 3D artist in training, I'm trying to learn how to, be a game developer too. I would like to be working for, a game company one day. Maybe CIG, that'd be freaking a dream come true. But just the fact I was able to visit a game dev studio and see that, they're normal people, they're having fun, they're passionate about their game, and it wasn't just suits and PR, was, a dream come true. Like, honestly, just that experience alone, I won't ever forget. Eric is a great guy, wingman. In fact, I am surprised at the amount of energy that man has. He was just always on. Ben, Rob, everyone there is a great personality, and I have no doubt that Star Citizen is in good hands now.
I think that's one of the things that people really see about the game, too, though, and something that's made a lot of folks excited when they watch this stuff. Because the developers are very passionate and they're very excited about this, and they're able to put a lot of time into the game. They don't have to deal with all that bureaucratic nonsense that a lot of folks have to deal with. They don't have these suits breathing down their neck, telling them, we have to meet this deadline or we have to meet that deadline. And the other thing is, and they have some guys like Chris Roberts, who is very well known and has pushed some serious products before. The crowdfunding model that he's using wouldn't be as effective if this was some no-name guy or some guy who hadn't put out a quality product in the past.
Yeah, I actually think that's one of the big things that influences this, is that Chris Roberts has had enough of a history. Like, I know who he is. Like, it was never my choice not to play Wing Commander because of ignorance. I had it. We had a very low-end computer, and it was just one of those games where I think I was, 8, and I have 4 brothers. We all tried to get it working, and, I think in the end we read the instruction manual 1,000 times thinking, oh, geez, this is what this game probably looks like in our imaginations. And it was just one of those things I couldn't play, but following it, I remember it's like, always watching other friends play it too. And now that I'm finally trying to get around and visit it all again, he revolutionized, I think, a lot of things. And given that his experience in movies too, whatever, people want to say about that, he has a lot of experience, and life experiences actually, supposedly now, are supposed to be worth more than just assets alone. Like, Steve Jobs is a great example of that. He had more business and life experiences than anyone you know, and, well, he passed away, but he still was a bajillionaire.
So, you've just finished the 24-hour live cast. It's the following day. How did that go?
Unfortunately, I got there 24 hours sleep deprived. I had a night shift the day I was supposed to go, and the company I worked for wasn't exactly lenient. Like, they did let me off for the days to go there, but they still wanted me to work. So I did my shift, did my night shift, got on the plane. I tried to sleep, but I'm one of those people that I actually enjoy airplanes so much. I'm like, always have to look out the window. So by the time I thought, oh, hey, maybe I should not. Oh, we're in Austin. Crap. So I got there, and it was fun, and I slowly but surely, I started to feel more and more tired, and then I obliged to having a shot of moonshine, and then another one maybe an hour or two later. And then I think it was when they finally brought me to, I know I didn't get plastered, but that was enough to just knock me out, because we went to, I think it was IHOP at 3 in the morning, and I was falling asleep on the table, and all I do remember is waking up, and there's a wingman with a camera in my face saying, oh, hey, there's Dr. Hawk, good morning, man. I'm like, oh, God, I fell asleep in the office. I feel like such an asshole now.
Classic.
But Zane Bien was kind enough to help me. He let me stay over another day at his place, so that was really nice of him. And it was more fun than a frat party could ever be.
Nice. They have a little plaque on the wall there, I heard now. It says Dr. Hawk passed out here once.
Wait, what? I didn't hear that. I better hope that's not true.
There you go. My big question for the live stream, I don't know if you got a chance to see it or not, but were you able to watch Rob Irving while he was answering 2 chat rolls at the same time, which were both moving about the speed of light? I mean, how do you even read that? It looks like it's like ludicrous speed from Spaceballs, like Plaid flying by. What was that?
He's probably just really good at multitasking. There are people there. I have a friend who's an accountant. He can type at, 100 words a minute or something really crazy. And I guess with enough practice, you can just get to it. I'm starting to get used to it. You sort of just filter out certain words. It's kind of like speed reading. You ignore it and or any other connective words, and you just read the whole of the sentence.
Dr. Hawk, before we got the recording equipment set up, you had mentioned that you had tried out the Oculus Rift while you were down there and were really impressed by it. Can you speak to that a little bit?
I am not buying Track IR now. I am waiting for the Oculus Rift. I don't see the point for Track IR when there's an Oculus Rift. It worked with my glasses too, and that's what I liked about it. Because I wear glasses, and for me the big issue was hey, whoa, oh my God, it works. So I'm saving for an Oculus Rift, that's for sure.
Well, that's great to hear, because I'm excited about the tech, but I just need it to be proven. I needed some folks to actually try it out and give it their thumbs up.
It has my star
Yeah.
of approval.
That's my first big plus right there in the plus column. I appreciate that.
So I know you had mentioned the moonshine a little earlier on, which, you know, this crew is pretty familiar with, and not that we of all people could throw stones, but it seemed like everyone at the studio was having a pretty good time during that live cast.
There was a lot of booze there, and honestly, if we were to go back and do it again, I'd just say no booze, because things got crazy out of hand there. And it was fun, but honestly, since it's a business area, I don't know. I don't think booze should have been in the workplace, and I felt kind of stupid partaking. The poker game, I have no idea who happened. I know I paid for Wingman and myself, and I was out before I even knew it. And, you know, I can be pretty monotone and keep a dead face, but I still can't play poker for the life of me. And damn it, I dropped the F-bomb.
That's all right, eh?
That's how bad I play. That's how bad I play poker, enough that it warrants that word.
Well, the best part about the booze, though, was when they did the Idris reveal, when CR was off at dinner, that he came back, and I think the alcohol probably affected that to some degree, that early release, because he seemed a little miffed when he got back to the office. They told him they already did it. Or was that just me?
Yeah, it's evident, but honestly, since they pretty much sold out within 15 minutes combined of both batches, and that's about $400,000, I think. I can't make $400,000 in 15 minutes. I wish I could.
I can't either.
So I don't see that as a bad thing. People obviously liked it.
I just thought it was an entertaining thing more than anything. I was just laughing. I thought it was comical.
Well, I think Chris had a reason to be a little upset. You know, things could have gone smoother. It wasn't by no means a bad live stream. I think there was a lot of good stuff to come out of it. I just think the alcohol part, nah, not next time. We don't need that.
Well, Dr. Hawk, I'm looking at the time right now, and I think our ship repairs are probably done, or at least near completed. And before we leave you, we'd like to give you a chance to talk a little bit about your show, Star Citizen FM.
Yep, you can always find Star Citizen FM on YouTube at www.youtube.com. I run the channel. Actually, the channel name is still Wraith Ascendant, my old name. But I think search results will come up with Dr. Hawk too, and you can just search Star Citizen FM. I try to broadcast every Sunday, or at least be around that general vicinity, and depending on how the week goes, I might even have developer interviews or community interviews. And pretty much that's the whole of Star Citizen FM, trying to focus on Star Citizen, the community, and just be along for a good ride and have some fun.
Well, Dr. Hawk, this was a pretty darn good way to wait for ship repairs. We really appreciate you coming on and talking with us here on the Frontier.
No problem, man. I enjoyed this, and feel free to call me up anytime. I enjoyed chatting.
Dr. Hawk, I'd also like to say thank you. I appreciate you coming on and talking to us while we're sitting here in this bar, and I hope you have a good flight home.
All right. You guys take care and fly safe.
Well, the ship is repaired, and we need to take off before the local authorities realize our credentials are a couple feathers shy of legitimate. Dr. Hawk was a really cool dude. Again, if you want to find him, look on YouTube and search for Star Citizen FM. Now, we acknowledge that our broadcast is like fish and chips with a good cold beer, but if you'd like a more balanced meal with a little more substance, we highly recommend another Mog podcast called Sonny's Diner. It can be found along with ours and any other show from the Mog Nation at www.mognation.com. You can also find us on iTunes now. Please leave us reviews. Tell us what you think, what you don't like about the podcast, what you do, and any ideas you'd like us to pursue. Thanks again for showing up. Sana, let's get out of here.
Thank you for joining us on the Frontier. Remember to stay on target. Keep one hand on the stick and the other on your bottle of bourbon. And if you're going to take on the whole armada, go in with your guns blazing and don't look back.